Welcome to Hillsboro High School as we get ready for Scenic Bluffs Conference action. Starting out with our junior varsity contest. Right on schedule tonight. Starting out for the Brookwood Falcons, making their way on the floor. Landon Zimbauer, Gavin Havlick, Doug Wiles, Jaden Kunitz, and Josu Nicholas. For the Tigers, jumping the jump ball is Jerry Von Falkenstein, Zach Morin, Reed Urban, David Johnson, and Miles Ravenscroft rounding out the Tiger Five. We get the whistle and the tip. Hillsboro controls. Ravenscroft to David Johnson underneath, and Hillsboro on the board first on the David Johnson deuce. And up the floor comes Nicholas with the ball in the front court. He'll come near side to Zimbauer. Zimbauer inside to Kunitz, who turns around, jump shot, doesn't get it. Outlet off the Von Falkenstein rebound. Zach Morin from the corner, and Zach for three. And Josu Nicholas up the street with the ball. And now he'll come near side to Zimbauer. Zimbauer out front to Gavin Havlick. Havlick and near side to Wiles. Wiles to Josu Nicholas. Nicholas with the ball in the front court for the Falcons. He'll dump it inside to Havlick, back out. 3-point shot by Wiles, errant, and they're going to catch David Johnson stepping on the baseline to be out of bounds. Brookwood will retain possession of the ball. Inbounding the ball for the Falcons is Gavin Havlick. He gets it into Jackson Kunitz and out to Nicholas. 3-point shot on the way from Havlick. A little bit errant rebound on Falkenstein. He'll take it off the back of Nicholas, and Nicholas will pick up the loose change and get it to Gavin Havlick. Havlick up the corner. And a drive and a basket made by Jackson Kunitz gets Brookwood on the board. Hillsboro quickly up the floor with Miles Ravenscroft. He'll bring it near side Reed Urban. Reed Urban out front. Von Falkenstein. No. Miles Ravenscroft with a long range three. And up the floor comes Nicholas. He'll come near side to Havlick, just inside the arc for 2-point long range rebound. Jerry Von Falkenstein. He'll push the ball up the floor to Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft back out to Morin. Morin cross court to Reed Urban for three from the corner. Reed Urban hitting nothing but the bottom of the net. And Hillsboro out to a quick 9-point lead here in first half action. Havlick with the ball. He'll come to Zimbauer. Zimbauer back out front to Nicholas. Nicholas gets caught at the free throw line, back out to Havlick. Havlick to Kunitz. Kunitz with the ball out in the front court. Now he goes to Havlick. Havlick, stutter step, 10-foot shot rather. Ravenscroft with a loose change, going to feed Morin up the street, and now a fight for the ball. Kunitz, or rather Zimbauer, comes away with it. Up to Kunitz. Kunitz with a nice pass to Havlick, and is blocked by Zach Morin. The Havlick shot. You're going to call Zach for stepping on the baseline. Hillsboro having trouble with that baseline underneath a Brookwood basket. Jackson Kunitz to inbound the ball. Inbound pass to Havlick. Havlick out to Nicholas. Nicholas back to Kunitz. Kunitz in the far corner with the ball. Kunitz working the far wing now. Looking for some help. He'll dump it down to Havlick. Havlick down the far corner. He'll bring it back out front to Nicholas. Nicholas working in the front of the top of the key, and now across to Kunitz, who'll drive down the right side, twisting, turning, turn around, 14-foot jumper on the way, doesn't go. Kunitz gets his own rebound and puts it back himself. Kunitz has all the points for the Falcons. Reed Urban with the ball now. He'll feed Zach Morin back outside to Urban. Urban. Morin, Ravenscroft on Falkenstein, and now David Johnson, turn around, 8-footer on the way, and he'll drop it in. Hillsboro regains their 9-point lead as Jackson Kunitz brings the ball up the floor and out at Nicholas on the far wing. Nicholas now in the corner to Kunitz. Kunitz skips a pass into Zimbauer, and he's going to be fouled, I believe, by Miles Ravenscroft. That'll be Miles' first personal foul, team's first team foul. Checking into the game, Sawyer Postel in the game for David Johnson. And it looks like maybe Ben Wooten in the game. Ben's a little short, got his numbers tucked in. It's hard to see from here. I think it's Ben Wooten. Kunitz with the ball. He's going to try to leave her Zimbauer, but it's picked up by Miles Ravenscroft. Up the floor quickly goes the little Tiger, and he'll get it to Reed Urban off the wing, a bit short. Rebound Wooten. Wooten's going to get it knocked away. Morin tracks down loose change and throws it off at Urban's fingers and out of bounds. Be a turnover to the Falcons. Checking into the game for the Falcons now. This is 23. That's Ben Wooten. So, I don't know. Maybe Jill can put her binoculars on, try to figure out the number on that guy. It's 20. There's two 20s. I don't have two 20s in my program, I don't think. Could it be a Dakota Peterson? It's not a 30, is it? Oh, we're going to call him Dakota Peterson, and if it's wrong, it's wrong. So timeout charge to the Brookwood Falcons. Hillsboro leading 13-4. Back on the floor after the Brookwood timeout, Jerry Von Falkenstein, Zach Morin, Miles Ravenscroft, Sawyer Postel, and Reed Urban. Zimbauer, Havlick, Wiles, Kunitz, and Dakota Peterson we're going to go with. And now entering the game is number 23. That's Ben Wooten. Urban with the ball to Von Falkenstein, and he's going to lose out of bounds, but his last one to get a hand on it was a Falcon, so Hillsboro will keep possession of the ball. Miles Ravenscroft inbound the ball for the Tigers. They're going to find Jerry Von Falkenstein underneath. He can't get it, but Jerry will clean up his own garbage. And up the floor comes Kunitz and the Falcons. You get trapped up in the top half of the court with nowhere to go. Now you dump it to Havlick, back to Kunitz. Kunitz tries to go underneath. Picked up loose ball by Zach Morin. Miles Ravenscroft pushing the ball up the floor. Pulls up 8-foot jump shot. Doesn't go. Lots of elbows and arms flying. We're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to go to the Tigers. No, it's going to go to the Falcons. I'm sorry. Quinn Shetter entering the game now for the Tigers. He will come in for Reed Urban. Havlick to Zimbauer, back to Havlick. Now Zimbauer with the ball in the front court for the Falcons. And it'll be stolen by Zach Morin. Up the floor, he's going to feed Jerry Von Falkenstein now to David, or rather Sawyer Postel. Will drop his first deuce of the night. Havlick up the floor, comes near side to Kunitz. Kunitz back out front to Wiles. Nowhere to go with the ball. Twisting, turning. Loose ball is going to go out of bounds on Sawyer Postel. And checking into the game for the Tigers is Will Richardson. He will enter the game for Zach Morin. Landon Zimbauer inbound the ball for the Falcons. He'll get it into Kunitz, and Kunitz goes off the wrong side of the backboard. He gets his own rebound, makes a drive up the right side, misses again. Rebound Quinn Shatter, and Shatter will bring the Tigers up the floor. Pushes it Miles Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft back to Shatter. Shatter forces it underneath. Sawyer Postel there, they're going to call jump ball. This one the Tigers will keep possession of. Postel inbound the ball near baseline for the Tigers. And we're going to have a substitution. Hosu Nicholas is going to check in for Ben Wooten. Postel with the inbound pass to Miles Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft works the ball up and comes near side to Postel. Postel cross court to Shatter. Shatter driving the left baseline. He'll dump it out to Ravenscroft. 22-foot three-pointer on the way. Rattles around the rim. Rebound Quinn Shatter. He can't get it to go. And now rebound Kunitz. Jackson Kunitz quickly up the floor. Up the right side and is stolen by Quinn Shatter. Shatter weaving his way up the floor. Gets to the free throw line. And gets picked off by Kunitz. And now Kunitz will bring the Falcons up and set their offense. Kunitz in the front court. He'll bring it out to Nicholas. And he'll try to save it from an over and back violation. Give it right to Quinn Shatter. And Shatter in the transition game will drop a deuce in for his first 2 points of the night. Gavin Havlick with the ball in the front court for the Falcons. Havlick will work the ball to the far side and leave it for Jackson Kunitz. Kunitz near side to Zimbauer. Zimbauer driving down, right side, pulls up, and it's blocked, rejected by Jerry Von Falkenstein. Brookwood will retain possession of the ball. David Johnson and Isaac Tyne into the game. Miles Ravenscroft and Jerry Von Falkenstein will take a break. Landon Zimbauer to inbound on the near baseline for the Falcons. Stolen inbound pass by Sawyer Postel. David Johnson's going to get the outlet and up the court to Quinn Shatter, and Shatter is fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws for the Tigers. First, a Brookwood team foul. And Quinn Shatter to the line to shoot free throws. Shatter's first free throw on the way. It makes it easily. And Quinn Shatter, brother Abe, expected to enter the game shortly. He'll be 2 for 2 on the night so far. As he extends the Hillsboro lead to 17. Jackson Kunitz to inbound the ball for the Falcons. Landon Zimbauer awaiting the inbound pass. And Kunitz will come into the front court and set the Brookwood offense. Kunitz being very patient, and a timeout called by the Brookwood coach on the bench. Getting close to that 5-second call. A 30-second timeout. What kind of timeouts we call those, Jill? Possession timeouts. Getting awful close to that 5-second turnover violation. And Brookwood forced to use their second timeout of the game. Hillsboro with 5 timeouts left, a full complement, and Brookwood with 3. So Brookwood out on the floor. Wiles, Zimbauer, Gavin Havlick. Give me your number, son. 22 into the game. Austin Freed into the game now, and Jackson Kunitz. Tying into the game, Sawyer Postel, Quinn Shetter, Will Richardson, and David Johnson. And Zimbauer is going to drop in a deuce for the Falcons. And now Gavin Havlick's going to steal the ball up the left side, stop, put it up against the glass, and in. So Brookwood on a 4-0 run currently after the timeout. Sawyer Postel with the ball for Hillsboro. Postel looking for some help, and now he'll dump it out in front court to Isaac Tyne. Tyne back to Postel. Postel launches a three from 22 feet away, and he'll knock it down. Jackson Kunitz works the ball to the far side. Now they're going to have a foul on David Johnson. Into the game for Hillsboro, Reed Urban and Joseph Cairns will come in. Looks like Miles Ravenscroft making an entry into the game also. Ravenscroft to inbound the ball. Reed Urban awaiting the inbound pass. No. Ravenscroft brings it near side to Tyne. Ravenscroft inside to David Johnson. The dribble back out, and Johnson is fouled on the ground, I think by Landon Zimbauer. That'll be Brookwood's third personal foul. Sue Nicholas will check into the game for Austin Freed. And we have a timeout called by the Hillsboro coach. A 30-second timeout for Hillsboro. On the floor for the Tigers, David Johnson, Isaac Tyne, Joseph Cairns, Miles Ravenscroft, Reed Urban. Zimbauer, Kunitz, Havlick, Nicholas, and Wiles on the floor for Brookwood. Urban comes near side to Tyne, and now find Ravenscroft in the corner, back out front to Reed Urban. Urban cross court to Tyne. Tyne inside to Cairns by the free throw line, now out to Urban. Now Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft to Urban. Tyne into Cairns for the drive. He doesn't go. Rebound landed Zimbauer. And Zimbauer will bring the ball up the floor and set the Falcon offense. Zimbauer out front to Havlick. Havlick from the top of the key, just inside the deuce line. And they'll find Kunitz underneath. Reverse layup doesn't go. Rebound David Johnson. Outlet Miles Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft quickly up the floor for the Tigers. You'll find Isaac Tyne cutting underneath the basket. He'll bring it back out. Reed Urban, 3 points from the wing, and Urban off the back of the iron. Rebound Isaac Tyne. He'll go to Urban again. Urban driving in. Back out front to Tyne. And now Miles Ravenscroft for the ball. Driving left baseline out David Johnson. Johnson back outside to Ravenscroft. 3-point shot on the way off the back of the iron. Ravenscroft tracks down his own rebound. And now to Urban on the near side. Reed Urban with the ball to Isaac Tyne, back to Reed Urban. Urban finds David Johnson near the free throw line, and now Isaac Tyne. Isaac Tyne gets called for traveling, a one step too many. And into the game is Jerry Von Falkenstein as he will come in for Isaac Tyne. Inbounding the ball, Chance O'Rourke into the game now for the Falcons. He'll get it into Jackson Kunitz. Kunitz with the ball in the front court for the Falcons. And Kunitz is going to run out of real estate, run out of hardwood floor, and dribble out of bounds. Be a turnover Hillsboro ball. Reed Urban near the Hillsboro bench to inbound the ball as Miles Ravenscroft brings the ball up the floor near side to Jerry Von Falkenstein. Now back to Ravenscroft in the corner. Out front, Von Falkenstein, now Reed Urban. Urban with the ball. He'll bring it back out front, Von Falkenstein, and now Ravenscroft on the near side. He'll dump it in the middle of Joseph Cairns from the free throw line. Joseph will rattle one around and bank it home. As Joseph drops his first deuce on the Falcons. Hillsboro plus 18, and Miles Ravenscroft stole it off to the races up the right side and in. Hillsboro plus 20 off the Ravenscroft land. And up before comes Jackson Kunitz. Kunitz to Nicholas, and he's going to be fouled by Reed Urban. Foul on the floor. Hillsboro's a second team foul of the game. 5 total fouls called so far in the first half. Just under 5 minutes to play. Gavin Havlick to inbound the ball for the Falcons. Havlick will dump it into the front court to Wiles. Wiles getting forced out near half court and runs out of real estate. It's stolen by Ravenscroft. Outlet to Jerry Von Falkenstein, and he'll lay it in easily. Very balanced scoring tonight from all players. And a block by Jerry Von Falkenstein. Nicholas going to bring it up and overshoot Havlick and out of bounds. Hillsboro will take the ball on the turnover. Jerry Von Falkenstein inbound the ball into the game for Hillsboro. Sawyer Postel returns and Zach Morin returns for the Tigers. Miles Ravenscroft will come up the floor and set the Hillsboro offense. Come near side to Postel. Now Urban. And he'll dump it into Zach Morin. Ball gets away from Morin. He'll track it down and step out of bounds. So it'll be a turnover. Back to the Falcons. Zimbauer to inbound the ball. Entering the game for Nicholas is Jackson Kunitz. Zimbauer inbound to Gavin Havlick, and Havlick will work the ball up the floor for the Brookwood Falcons. Havlick comes near side to Zimbauer. Zimbauer flirting with disaster there. He gets away from it. Gavin Havlick, nowhere to go. He's going to throw it up and put it in. So I guess when all else fails, shoot and score. And up the floor come the Tigers. Reed Urban now from 8 feet away. He'll roll around, can't get it go, but Zach Morin there to clean it up. As Jackson Kunitz now into the front court for the Falcons. Gets caught in that Tiger half-court trap. Reed Urban comes up with the loose ball. All the way up the floor, and now to Miles Ravenscroft to Jerry Von Falkenstein underneath, and Jerry will give it a home. Hillsboro stretches their lead to 24, and Jackson Kunitz once again brings it up, dumps off to Gavin Havlick. And now Zimbauer down in the corner to Peterson, I believe. And Zimbauer to inbound the ball. He'll get it to Havlick. Havlick across the timeline. And Jerry Von Falkenstein will steal the ball from Havlick. Now it gets stolen by Zimbauer and a traveling call. I believe they called the traveling on Jerry. No, they called it on Brookwood, on Zimbauer. So Sawyer Postel will inbound the ball off the violation. And he'll get in Miles Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft clear across court to Postel. Now Postel works into Zach Moore and finds Jerry Von Falkenstein down the middle. And Jerry will put in the lay-in. And Gavin Havlick for the Falcons into the front court. Now come near side to Zimbauer. Zimbauer back to Havlick. Havlick to Kunitz. Kunitz working the far side of the court. Kunitz has nowhere to go in the corner. Dump it back out to Havlick and off Jerry Von Falkenstein's foot when he tried to dribble. Brookwood will retain possession of the ball. Gavin Havlick will inbound to Zimbauer, and Zimbauer gets it to Havlick. Havlick driving down the right side. Jerry Von Falkenstein will tie it up. Brookwood will maintain possession of the ball. Hillsboro with just under 2.5 to play will get that arrow back. Josu Nicholas is checking into the game. Looks like for Gavin Havlick. Landon Zimbauer to inbound the ball. We get it into Kunitz. Kunitz to Zimbauer. Zimbauer caught with 3 people around him, and Ravenscroft pick up the loose ball, get it to Jerry Von Falkenstein, assisted into Zach Morin for the basket. And the transition game working well for the Tiger JV unit tonight. Nicholas to Kunitz, and now we're going to have a timeout. Brookwood down to 2 timeouts now. And Brookwood will take a 30-second timeout here. 2:10 left to play in the first half. Hillsboro with a pretty convincing 28-point lead at this point. So the officials flushed the team from their huddles here. On the floor for the Tigers, Postel, Von Falkenstein, Ravenscroft, Morin, and Urban. On the floor for the Falcons, Peterson, Kunitz, Nicholas, Wiles, and Wooten. Kunitz to inbound the ball. He'll get it into Nicholas. Nicholas across the timeline and gets caught in that far corner. Knocked away. He'll track down the loose ball. Get it back into Wiles. Wiles to Nicholas. Nicholas comes near side to Kunitz. Can't track it down. The ball goes out of bounds. Be a turnover to Hillsboro. Sawyer Postel on the near sideline, ready to inbound the ball for the Tigers. Postel into Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft will set the Hillsboro offense. Comes near side to Postel. Now into Jerry Von Falkenstein. Finds Zach Morin wide open underneath. Can't get that shot to go. Can't get second shot to go. And Kunitz with the ball. Even when you're up 28, that's got to be disheartening when you have a perfect pass in for an assist and the person on the receiving end can't finish. Kunitz to Wiles to Nicholas for 3. It doesn't go. Rebound Sawyer Postel. Postel up the floor with the ball. Postel to Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft, Postel, Von Falkenstein, Urban. Great ball movement by this Hillsboro unit. And they'll find Zach Morin wide open underneath again. This time he'll connect. And Nicholas brings the ball up, goes far side to Wiles. Wiles trapped in the corner, and Zach Morin will get it. Ravenscroft now wide open to Von Falkenstein. Too much speed, got him carried underneath the basket. Sawyer Postel tracks down loose change Zach Morin for 3. It doesn't go. And rebound to Wooten. Outlet to Kunitz. Up the floor comes Brookwood. And they're going to call a foul. It's going to send Jackson Kunitz to the line to shoot 2 free throws, I believe. And Kunitz says, I wasn't shooting. I'll just take the ball out of bounds. Coming into the game for the Tigers, Isaac Tyne and Quinn Shetter. Zimbauer back into the game, along with Gavin Havlick for the Falcons. Kunitz to inbound the ball near baseline. Last minute of the first half. And he gets the ball into Nicholas. He's going to launch it down the corner to Kunitz. Kunitz off a Tyne. He'll track down the loose ball. Now he's going to drive the baseline, get caught in trouble. They'll get it out to Wiles. Hillsboro with pretty relentless defense tonight. Just a swarming defense as Kunitz tries to dribble out of trouble. Postel's going to pick up the loose ball. Work it up. 10 seconds left to play in the half. Postel's going to find Isaac Tyne. He'll come out, and they're going to find Postel. Postel traveled. They didn't call it. Shetter with a 3-point shot on the way. Doesn't go, and will go to halftime. Hillsboro 40, Brookwood 10. So Hillsboro with a 30-point lead halfway through the game. Leading the way for your Hillsboro Tigers, Zach Morin with 9 points. Jerry Von Falkenstein right behind with 8. Miles Ravenscroft 5. Sawyer Postel with 5. Quinn Shetter with 4. David Johnson with 4. Reed Urban with 3. And Joseph Cairns adding 2 points for the Tigers, 40 points. For the Brookwood Falcons, Gavin Havlick with 4. Jackson Kunitz with 4. And Landon Zimbauer with 2 for a total of 10. I'm going to take a break, step away from the mic. I'll be back in 6 minutes with second half action. So back after the halftime, 20 seconds left to go. Brookwood still has not emerged from the locker room. And now they come out. I see Osu Nicholas and a host of Falcon players working their way out. So halftime score at Hillsboro 40, the Brookwood Falcons 10. I believe Hillsboro gets the ball to start the second half. Doesn't hardly seem fair as Jerry Von Falkenstein works his way over here near half court to inbound the ball. Reed Urban, Quinn Shetter, David Johnson, and Zach Morin to round out the Tiger 5. Nicholas, Havlik, Kunitz, Zimbauer, and Wilds on the floor for Brookwood. Urban will set the Hillsboro offense, come near side, Jerry Von Falkenstein. Inside to Zach Morin, outside Urban, Von Falkenstein, and now David Johnson. Johnson to Quinn Shetter. Von Falkenstein, a little bit out of his reach. Havlik will pick up the loose change, come up the street, and travel. Turnover to Hillsboro on the traveling violation. Quinn Shetter will inbound the ball to Reed Urban. Von Falkenstein, now David Johnson. Johnson with a shot is fouled. David Johnson will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. First team foul of the second half for the Falcons. Johnson will line up for his first free throw. And he'll take one off the back of the iron. Get a little encouragement from his big men trying to get the rebounds. Jackson Kunitz into the game. And Johnson will sink that one. David now has 5 points on the night. Up the floor comes Jackson Kunitz, set the Falcon offense. Kunitz near side to Havlik. Havlik with the ball. He drives in, takes a shot, doesn't go. Underneath and getting the ball is Zimbauer. And Zimbauer is going to take it off of Reed Urban, I believe. Brookwood will maintain possession of the ball. Zimbauer to inbound on the near baseline for the Falcons. Actually, now Kunitz is coming in to inbound the ball. Kunitz to Zimbauer, Havlik. Out on the far wing, back down the corner to Kunitz. Kunitz, he's driving through traffic and too much traffic to get through as Reed Urban will pick up the loose change out to Zach Morin for 3 off the back of the iron. Rebound Quinn Shetter. Shetter will turn around, 6-foot jumper, his shot don't go. And I believe they're going to catch Reed Urban for a body foul here on the rebound. That'll be Hillsboro's first team foul of the second half as Landon Zimbauer set to inbound on the far baseline for the Falcons. Gavin Havlik will bring the ball up and set the Falcon offense. Havlik will get it to Wiles. Wiles out front to Kunitz. Kunitz near the top of the key, and now to Zimbauer, and Nicholas is going to get tied up by Jerry Von Falkenstein. Possession arrow indicates a Falcon ball. As Zimbauer will come to the near sideline, near center court, to inbound the ball. Dump it into Kunitz. Kunitz going to have it knocked away by David Johnson. Jerry Von Falkenstein picks up the loose change and off to the races up the right side and is fouled by Hosu Nicholas. I think they're going to say it's before the shot. Jerry wants to shoot free throws, and referees are shaking their head no at him. It was a good attempt. And Quinn Shetter is going to inbound the ball for the Tigers. He'll dump it into Zach Morin, Reed Urban, back into David Johnson. Johnson tried to feed it to Morin, and Gavin Havlik steps in front of the pass. Charges up the floor with the Falcons. Havlick far side to Peterson. Peterson driving around the back side. You get out to Nicholas. Nicholas. You come near side to Zimbauer. They're going to give him a 3-point shot. Oh, he's standing on the line, but 3 points for Zimbauer. He's got 5 on the night now. As they come near side to Urban for Hillsboro. Urban to Quinn Shatter. Shatter dumps into Zach Moore and wide open underneath, and he'll drop that one. And Zach Moore now 11 points on the night for the Tigers. Up the floor comes Hosu Nicholas. Nicholas to Peterson. Peterson to Havlick. And Hillsboro bringing in a whole new lineup. Wiles to Zimbauer. Zimbauer dumps it back out to Havlick. Havlick with the ball in the near corner. He's going to drive the baseline, lose the ball, picked up by David Johnson, outlet Jerry Von Falkenstein, and Jerry finds David Johnson wide open underneath for the easy lay-in. David Johnson now 7 points on the night. Up the floor comes Osu Nicholas. Nicholas far side to Havlick. Havlick to Peterson. Peterson working the far side of the court, now back out front with Nicholas. Boy, now we're going to have 8 players coming in on the next whistle. Ball up in the air. David Johnson wrestling for it, and we're going to have a jump ball between Johnson and Havlick, and 8 new players in the game. In for Hillsboro, Tyne, Cairns, Will Richardson, and Sawyer Postel. Let me catch up to the Brookwood Falcons. Holy smokers, what do we got? We got Chancellor Rorick in. Ben Wooten. Kunitz is back in. There's a young feller over here. I think it's Austin Freed, I think, is in there. Peterson in defense will come near side to Sawyer Postel near the top of the key. Postel back to Isaac Tyne. Tyne with the ball to Sawyer Postel. Postel to Will Richardson, who drives up the right side and puts it in for his first basket of the night. And so much change that now we have a 30-second timeout. Maybe that's all they got left is full timeouts. Brookwood's going to be down to 1 timeout left. Hillsboro with 4. So many substitutions, everybody forgot that they had to inbound the ball, and Brookwood had to use a timeout because they didn't think they were going to get the 5-second violation covered, let alone the 10 if they did get it inbounded. So nothing quite going the Falcon way tonight, as Hillsboro in a rather commanding leading by 34 points at the point. They were led by 30 at halftime. So Zimbauer in to inbound the ball to Kunitz after the Brookwood timeout. Brookwood with 1 remaining. Austin Freed in the game, Peterson, and Wooten. Sawyer Postel up near the top of the key in defense for the Tigers. Brookwood will bring it near side to Freed. Freed to Peterson. Peterson working his way around the... And he'll get it to Wooten, and now... Kunitz near the top of the key. He'll get it to Zimbauer. Zimbauer driving in. 8-foot jumper on the way. Does go Zimbauer with his own rebound, and he makes the basket and will go to the free throw line for the +1. Zimbauer currently with 7 points with a chance to put in another one for 8. Leading the charge for the Falcons. Hillsboro with 2 team fouls now in the second half. And Zimbauer's free throw on the way. Rattles around the rim. Rebound Will Richardson. Outlet to Shetter, and Shetter will bring the Tigers up the floor. Shetter far side to Isaac Tyne. Isaac Tyne to Shetter in the corner. Shetter clear cross court to Postel. Postel finds Joseph Cairns now in the game. Back to Shetter for 3. And Isaac Tyne will track down the rebound. Sawyer Postel now working the far side of the wing with the ball. Gets it out to Shatter, now near side to Isaac Tyne. Tyne to Will Richardson. Richardson drives right side up the middle. Shot doesn't go. Fight for the rebound. Postel tracked down loose ball, step back, 3-point on the way off the front of the rim. And going to have a foul on Joseph Cairns on the rebound. That'll be Hillsboro's third team foul of the second half. Gavin Havlick checking back in, and Hosu Nicholas back into the game. Also into the game is Doug Wiles. Zimbauer brings the ball into play for the Falcons. We'll go to Kunitz near the top of the key. It's knocked away by Richardson, but Zimbauer will track down the loose ball. Now Gavin Havlick, it's knocked away again. Fight between Kunitz and the whole pack of Tigers. He'll get it outlet to Nicholas, and he misses a shot. Isaac Tyne will come out of the mess with the ball, and up the floor comes Isaac. He'll go far side to Postel. Sawyer Postel with the ball. And they're going to call a foul on the Brookwood Hosu Nicholas as Jaden Burnett will check in for Hillsboro. Quinn Shetter will take a seat. Brookwood with their second team foul of the second half. Sawyer Postel inbound the ball. He'll dump it into Cairns. Cairns in the far corner. He'll get it knocked away. Hillsboro shall retain possession of the ball. Sawyer Postel over in the far corner of the court to inbound the ball for the Tigers. Postel dump it into Richardson. Richardson back out front to Tyne. Tyne pump fake into the lane. 6-foot jump shot on the way and in. Isaac Tyne on the board for the first time tonight. Nicholas up the floor for the Falcons, come near side to Gavin Havlick. Havlick with a couple steps, a walk, a travel, nothing called, and a kick on Hillsboro. And Jackson Kunitz to inbound the ball for the Falcons. Kunitz inside to Zimbauer, and now Nicholas with the ball near the top of the key. He'll go down the middle to Zimbauer. Zimbauer working, he'll kick it out. Havlick, 15-footer on the way, doesn't go. Rebound, Sawyer Postel. Postel working the ball up the floor. I think Postel got away with a double dribble there. And to Jaden Burnett now in the game. Burnett will feed it down underneath to Joseph Cairns. Cairns can't connect. Will Richardson with the rebound, and Richardson will give it a home. Richardson now 4 on the night for the Tigers. And Gavin Havlick working his way. And Isaac Tyne's going to get called for traveling. I thought that maybe they just let all the traveling calls go because they haven't called one in a while. If these officials called everything in this game, it'd be a nonstop whistle. Hosu Nicholas up the floor for the Falcons. Hillsboro plus 36. There's another one. Doug Wiles. He'll dump it out. Jackson Kunitz. Kunitz. As Cairns will knock it away, Richardson will pick it up and get called for carrying the ball. We're checking into the game. Keegan Stalkey is going to come in for Will Richardson. So Stalkey makes his initial appearance in the game. Landon Zimbauer to inbound near the Brookwood bench to Nicholas, and Nicholas will bring the ball into the front court for the Falcons. He'll go far side to Gavin Havlick. Havlick to Kunitz just inside the 3-point line. He'll sink a long 2. Kunitz now 6 points on the night for the Falcons. Sawyer Postel near the top of the key for Hillsboro gets it to Jaden Burnett. Now Isaac Tyne. Isaac Tyne working near the free throw line. Sawyer Postel. Postel dumped it in. A slow break by the big men underneath. It goes out of bounds. And Brookwood will take possession on the turnover. Nicholas will bring the ball up off the Wild inbound pass to Gavin Havlick. Havlick into Kunitz. Jackson Kunitz gets it knocked away. Sawyer Postel on the ground. Ball picked up by Isaac Tyne, and I believe we got a frustration foul by Sawyer Postel. That's Hillsboro's fourth team foul. And Jackson Kunitz, he'll get it in Landon Zimbauer, and he'll be fouled by Keegan Stalkey. He'll pick up his first personal foul. Hillsboro's fifth team foul. And we're going to have a timeout called by the Tiger bench. Kurt Hildreth wants to talk things over as his team going on a foul spree. Full timeout. Note of our sponsors, we'll get them on as much as possible tonight, as this is the final home regular season game. So if you do not see your ad, we like to thank all the sponsors and advertisers on our broadcast. For next week when tournament starts, we will not be able to run these advertising. Not because we don't want to, but because of WIAA rules. We actually have to pay the WIAA to broadcast, and we can only put on what the WIAA allows us to. So we'll try to get as much advertising out tonight, as this is the final home game of the regular season for the Hillsboro Tigers. Zimbauer to the line to shoot free throws. And he makes that one without a problem. I didn't think it was a shooting foul. I don't know. Whatever. He's 1 for 2. Zimbauer with 8 points now on the night. Up the floor quickly comes Sawyer Postel. Tyne to Burnett and back to Tyne. Tyne with the ball in the front court for Hillsboro. Tyne will go try to find Sawyer Postel. He zigged when Tyne thought he was going to zag, and the ball goes out of bounds. Turnover to Brookwood. They'll be inbounding near the Tiger bench. Will Richardson back into the game, along with Abe Shetter now in the game for the Tigers. Zimbauer will take the ball and bring it up the floor. Zimbauer comes near side to Havlick. Ball gets away from him. He'll track it down. And Keegan Stalkey blocks the pass, but he goes out of bounds on Stalkey. The Falcons will retain possession of the ball. Doug Wiles to inbound for the Falcons. He'll dump it into Jackson Kunitz. Kunitz on the near wing with the ball. Dumps it into Zimbauer. Loose ball on the floor. Stalkey will pick it up. Outlet to Jaden Burnett. And now up the floor to Sawyer Postel. Postel in the front court with the ball. Postel get it into Richardson. Richardson near side to Abe Shetter. Shetter dumps it into Keegan Stalkey. And Stalkey's fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Only the 4th team foul on the Falcons. And Stalkey will hit the first free throw. Keegan's first point of the night. He'll try to extend the lead to 37, and he does. Keegan with 2 points now on the night. And Nicholas quickly up the floor for the Falcons. Get the ball near side to Wiles. Wiles to Kunitz. Turnaround jumper. Doesn't go. Rebound Will Richardson. Richardson outlet to Burnett. And the Tigers on the move. Jaden Burnett in the front court. Now to Postel. Near side to Abe Shetter. Now Burnett. Postel. Postel working the far side of the court. He'll dump it into Will Richardson. Richardson down in the corner. Back out front to Shetter. Near side to Burnett. Jaden Burnett near the free throw line. Postel and now Shetter. Abe Shetter, 17'2" and doesn't go. Rebound, Will Richardson. Outlet to Sawyer Postel. near side to Shetter for 3 from the near wing, and Abe Shetter will knock down the three-pointer for his first basket of the night. As Nicholas is going to lose it, knocked away, he's on the floor. And up the floor goes Kunitz up the middle, blocked, rebounded, or taken away by Stalky, but his pass is taken away by Zimbauer, and Sawyer Postel is going to tackle Zimbauer and make his way to the bench as Isaac Tyne checks in. Also in the game is Peterson, Wooten, and now Austin Freed entering the game for the Falcons. Havlik with the ball out into the front court for the Falcons. They'll get it to Kunitz. Kunitz to Freed. Havlik with a long shot, doesn't go. Rebound, Will Richardson. He'll come out of it and make his way up just like a point guard. Takes a running leap at it from the free throw line and can't get the center layup to go. Kunitz up the floor, now to Havlik. Havlik's going to throw one up. Rebounded by Abe Shetter. Now Shetter up the far sideline, off to the races. Shetter will pull up in the front court and bring it near side to Tyne. Isaac Tyne with the ball. Now back to Jaden Burnett. Burnett to Abe Shetter. Shetter with the ball. Shetter drives in. 16-footer on the way off the back of the iron. Tyne with the rebound. Back outside to Shetter. Shetter near the free throw line. Now Will Richardson with a turnaround 6-foot jumper. Richardson now 6 on the night for the Tigers. Gavin Havlik brings them up the floor. He'll come to Wooten on the near the top of the key. Wooten trouble finding the handle on it. He'll get it to Freed, and now Peterson. Peterson with the ball. He'll get it to Kunitz. Kunitz gets it knocked away. They're going to call a foul on Isaac Tyne. That'll be Hillsboro's 7th team foul. That'll send Kunitz to the line for a bonus free throws. Hillsboro plus 40, and Kunitz to the line to shoot a 1 and 1 bonus. Kunitz off the back of the iron. Jaden Burnett with a rebound for Hillsboro, and here come the Tigers. Burnett into the front court, now far side to Tyne and to Abe Shetter. Shetter working the far wing. Find Will Richardson wide open underneath. And now Richardson with 8 points on the night. Wooten with the ball now to Kunitz. Kunitz nowhere to go as Jaden Burnett's going to tie him up. So Burnett ties up Kunitz. Brookwood will maintain possession via the arrow. Landon Zimbauer back into the game now for Peterson, and entering the game for Hillsboro is Joey Daniels. And first thing Joey's going to do is tie his shoes. 3:24 left to play in the game, and we're going to have a Brookwood timeout. So Brookwood spends their final timeout with 3:18 left to play. Hillsboro with a 42-point lead. 3 timeouts left. Brookwood just spent their last one. Brookwood is in the bonus. I would assume Hillsboro's not going to kill the clock anymore, so we will have a continuous clock throughout the remainder of the game now. With 3:19 to play. On the floor for Hillsboro, Jaden Burnett, Keegan Stalky, Abe Shetter, Will Richardson, and Joey Daniels. Jackson Kunitz, Landon Zimbauer, Ben Wooten, Chance O'Rourke, and Austin Freed on the floor for the Falcons. They're going to dump the ball into O'Rourke. Can't get the shot go. Burnett comes out of the mess of the ball. They'll find Joey Daniels. He gets his shot blocked. Keegan Stalky, now back to Daniels. Daniels high in the air and rebounded by Kunitz. Joey Daniels has not seen that much pressure on a shot this year, and Jackson Kunitz is going to get called for a carrying the ball violation. Jane Burnett will inbound the ball to Abe Shetter, and Shetter will bring the ball up the floor. Joey Daniels makes a pass to Jane Burnett. The crowd is stunned. And now to Abe Shetter. Shetter down. Joey Daniels calling for the ball. Burnett gets it back far side to Shetter. Shetter to Daniels. Daniels steps back. 3-point shot on the way. Will Richardson rebound. Can't put back the garbage. Rebound Jackson Kunitz. Kunitz up the floor to Landon Zimbauer. Zimbauer to Kunitz for 3. And Kunitz will drop that one in. Kunitz now 9 on the night for the Falcons. And up the floor comes Abe Shetter and the Tigers. And Shetter will work the ball to the far side of the court. Find Daniels top of the key. And he's going to get the ball to Burnett. Burnett back to Daniels. Daniels passes to Shetter. They're trying to get Joey Daniels to work underneath the basket. He launches a 3 high in the air, up for grabs, and coming down with it's going to be Chance O'Rourke. Zimbauer launches a 3, doesn't go. Rebound Will Richardson. Abe Shetter up the floor. Find Joey Daniels. Daniels step back 3 on the way, doesn't go. Rebound Will Richardson. Keegan Stalkey out Joey Daniels from 45 feet away. Yeah! Joey Daniels from 40 feet away drains the 3. And Brookwood brings it up. Zimbauer takes a drive, can't get the basket to go, and he's fouled by Keegan Stalkey. And they aren't even going to stop the clock to shoot free throws. No faster than they're lining up. Time's going to expire before they get these free throws. Shot 63-21. Joey Daniels retreating back. He's going to hang back. Zimbauer with a shot. Doesn't go. He'll line up for another one. 25 seconds and counting left in the game. Zimbauer will line up. He'll get that one off the bat. Jaden Burnett will have a chance for one more shot. Burnett up the floor to Joey Daniels. Daniels going to drive the lane, put it up, and it doesn't go. Rebound to Zimbauer. And 2-1, time will expire. Zimbauer's shot will count if he makes it. And he makes it at the half court. Landon Zimbauer will drain a 3 for Brookwood. And Hillsboro will take home a 63-24 junior varsity win. Scoring 63 points for the Tigers. Zach Morin with 11. Jerry Von Falkenstein, 8. Will Richardson, 8. David Johnson, 7. Miles Ravenscroft, 5. Sawyer Postel, 5. Quinn Shetter with 4. Reed Urban, 3. Abe Shetter, 3. Joey Daniels, 3. Keegan Stalkey, 2. Isaac Tyne, 2. And Joseph Cairns with 2. For a total of 63 points. 24 points for the Brookwood Falcons. They were led by Landon Zimbauer's 11, Jackson Kunitz with 9, and Gavin Havlick with 4. So junior varsity wins 63-24. We will have varsity action coming up in about 20 minutes. Senior night here in Hillsboro. The final home game of the season for the Hillsboro Tigers. We will be celebrating our 5 seniors tonight as they get set to take the floor. So stay tuned, and we will be back here in about 12 minutes with a little pregame action.
Jose Alcantar, and Evan Silica. Thank you, class of 2022.
Welcome back to Hillsboro High School, where the Hillsboro Tigers, 17-5 overall, 7-5 in the Scenic Bluffs, good enough for fourth place, are in the Scenic Bluffs Conference Showdown, and they welcome the Brookwood Falcons to town. 5 wins, 15 losses overall, 2-9 in the Scenic Bluffs, currently in seventh place. Hillsboro enters tonight's game after an exciting fabricated finish Tuesday night with an overtime win versus Westfield. Hillsboro will look to finish strong tonight in preparation for tournament seedings, which will take place Sunday afternoon. If there were a bright spot in Hillsboro's season, it would be the bragging rights to having an undefeated non-conference schedule. Hillsboro with a perfect 10-0 conference action, and tonight they welcome the Brookwood Falcons to town, who have struggled with everyone in the conference with the exception of lowly Waniwak Center and Hillsboro. Hillsboro escaped with a 3-point win versus Brookwood about a month ago, as Brookwood exposed some major problems to the Tiger team. Hillsboro is led in scoring by Isaiah Stokes, 15 points per game, Noah Burmaster, 11 points per game, and Talon Hildreth adding 10. Brookwood is led in scoring by Brady Hanson's 18 points per game, Wyatt Moorhoff, 14 points per game, and Evan Klinkner adding 10. Senior night in Hillsboro as the Tigers get set to battle the Falcons. We'll honor our seniors tonight, and stay tuned. At halftime, we will have a little senior showcase, so stay tuned. Our national anthem and starting lineups are coming up next. So there you have our starting lineups once again for the Brookwood Falcons. Brady Hansen, Wyatt Moorhoff, Marshall Dahl, Braden Posh, and Evan Klinkner. For the Tigers, Noah Burmaster, Russell Jackson, Greg Hora, Nye Schultz, and Billy Stackel. Getting us going, Wyatt Moorhoff will be jumping the ball for the Brookwood Falcons. And I can only assume Russell Jackson will be jumping for the Hillsboro Tigers. As Jackson makes his way out to center court. So we have the whistle from the official. Ball's in the air and we're off as Hillsboro controls the tip. Hora, his pass will be blocked right away and out of bounds. It'll be Hillsboro ball. As Noah Burmaster comes to the near baseline to inbound for the Tigers. Burmaster inbound to Schultz. Schultz to Hora. Hora on far wing near side to Steckel. Steckel to Burmaster. Burmaster brings the ball out near wing. 3-point shot on the way. And Noah Burmaster tickles the twine. Gets Hillsboro on the board first for 3. And up the floor comes Brady Hansen and the Falcons. Hansen working the far side of the court. We'll bring it near side to Braden Posh. Posh with a 12-foot jumper doesn't go. Rebound, Nye Schultz. Outlet Hora, now to Burmaster. Burmaster quickly up to the far sideline for Hillsboro. Burmaster in the corner to Bill Steckel. Steckel driving down the lane. Pulls up. 6-foot jump. Gets partially blocked. Rebound, Wyatt Moorhoff. Moorhoff to Klinkner. Klinkner in the corner. Back out to Hansen. Hansen near side to Posh. Posh now to Klinkner. Klinkner out front to Moorhoff. Moorhoff raised a lot of problems for Hillsboro at Brookwood. Moorhoff with a jumper off the glass. Loose ball on the ground. And it's going to stay with Brookwood. And into the game, Ben Copeman, Talon Hildreth, and Isaiah Stokes. Taking a seat, Greg Horan, Nye Schultz, and Bill Steckel. So the seniors get a whole minute of play tonight on senior night. And in the Klinkner with a miss. Jackson with a rebound outlet to Burmaster. Burmaster to Stokes. Stokes inside the lane and now to Hildreth. Hildreth near side Stokes and now Burmaster. Burmaster 3-point shot on the way. Noah Burmaster is finding it hot. And Brady Hansen walking the ball up the floor. If Hillsboro wants to substitute like they should, they can run this Brookwood team right into the ground. Brookwood does not have a lot of depth. And Hansen's going to get a jump ball called on his drive. Possession arrow will stay with Brookwood. And checking in for the Falcons. And checking in for the Falcons is Camden Brighamman. He'll come in for Marshall Dahl. Moorhoff to inbound the ball for the Falcons. He'll dump it out. Braden Posh will track down the ball into the backcourt. And now we're going to have a foul, the first foul of the game on Talon Hildreth. That'll be Hillsboro's, of course, first personal foul, first team foul. And Posh to inbound to Moorhoff. Moorhoff out into the front court for the Falcons. Moorhoff twisting, turning, 8-foot jumper on the way off the back of the iron. He'll get his own rebound. Hillsboro not getting any rebound position. Finally, Jackson will yank one down. Burmaster now Hildreth. Hildreth near side to Stokes. Stokes to Copeman. Copeman drives in the lane, kicks it out. Hildreth, long three on the way. Talon Hildreth off the back of the iron. Copeman will track down the rebound, get it to Stokes. Stokes to Hildreth underneath. He'll feed Jackson. Jackson up and in off the Hildreth assist. And Hanson quickly up the floor for the Falcons. He'll come near side to Posh. Posh with the ball and out front to Morhoff. Morhoff going to find Posh underneath. He'll take the 6-foot jumper, rattle around the rim and in. With Braden Posh on the board, get the Falcons scoreboard to light up. And Hildreth near the top of the key, far side to Noel Burmester. Take one off the back of the iron. Rebound Klinkner. And Klinkner will bring the ball up the floor for the Falcons. Klinkner and the big man, he'll drive down the lane. He'll kick it out now to Camden Brigham. Now back to Klinkner. Klinkner working his way in up the right side, lays it up, can't go in. Jackson with the rebound, outlet to Burmester, and up the floor to Copeman. Copeman 3-point from the corner, and he'll rattle it home. So we have a quick timeout, a 30-second timeout called by Brookwood as Hillsboro jumps out to a 9-point lead. Inbounding after the Brookwood timeout. Posh, he'll dump it into Brady Hanson. Hanson works the ball up the floor. Hanson near side to Posh. Posh working near the top of the key. He'll drive down the right side now. He'll throw the ball up and in. So Braden Posh, the force for the Brookwood Falcons. And now Talon Hildreth. The Copeman 3-point shot from the wing, rattle around the rim, doesn't go. Jackson rebound, he'll dump it out to Hildreth. Hildreth on the far wing of the ball, now Burmester back into Stokes. Stokes working left side off the wrong side of the backboard. Rebound, Morhoff. Morhoff up the street with the ball. As we're basically just playing street ball. Morhoff now 8-foot jump shot, doesn't go. Burmester with the rebound, and up the floor comes Burmester. Burmester far corner to Copeman. Copeman with the ball near wing. He'll move the ball to the center of the court. Now Burmester. Burmester back to Copeman. Copeman near side to Hildreth. Hildreth, Copeman to Burmester. Burmester 3-point shot off the back of the rim. And the hustle play, the officials are going to get together and they say it's Hillsboro's ball. They say the ball is going to go off Camden Brigham. And into the game, Jose Alcantar, I believe. Josu Alcantar and Marshall Dahl re-entering the game. Hildreth takes the inbound pass right back to Burmester. Burmester working the far side of the court, now back out front to Hildreth. Hildreth to Stokes. Stokes working down, finds Jackson wide open underneath. Jackson will go up and Jackson delivers. And Brady Hanson working the ball down. He gets his pocket picked, and it's going to go, I'm going to say off of Hanson. I'm going to look at my replay here. I beg to differ on that. I think Brookwood maybe lost on a call there. Hildreth to Burmester. Hildreth back to Stokes. Stokes with a jump shot. He'll make his first basket of the night. And Brady Hanson up the floor. And Hanson will get picked by Isaiah Stokes. Brings the ball up and will drop it in from the left side. Isaiah with a nice steal and drive. And Hillsboro out to an early lead. Brady Hanson again. He'll come near side to Morhoff. Morhoff near the top of the key. He'll take it near side to Alcantar. Throws up a three, doesn't go. Rebound Morhoff, and I think we're going to get a foul. If Morhoff went over the top, no, they're going to call it on Stokes, I think. Hillsboro's second team foul. Isaiah's first personal. Checking into the game, Parker Sculla and Greg Hora. Stokes and Jackson to the bench. Morhoff to inbound the ball. And he'll get it into Klinkner. Tied up by Hora. They'll have a jump ball, possession arrow Hillsboro, as they will take the ball over via the possession arrow on the jump ball. Sculla will dump it into Hildreth, and Hildreth will set the ball in motion for the Tigers. Goes far side to Burmaster. Burmaster near the free throw line, kicks it out to Sculla. Sculla to Copeman. Copeman driving down right side. He'll take it up and in. So Ben Copeman with the drive on the right side. Has Hillsboro back up by 15 as Morhoff brings the ball for the Falcons. And will dump it out to Hansen in the front court. Brady Hansen with the ball near the top of the key now. Go to Klinkner out on the wing. Klinkner working near the free throw line now down the right side. He lays it up, doesn't go in. Rebound tracked down by Sculla, outlet to Hildreth. And now to Burmaster and Copeman. Copeman with the ball far corner, and it's going to go off Alcantar's foot. They call it kick as Isaiah Stokes will check back into the game. Ben Copeman taking a seat. Noah Burmaster on the far sideline to inbound the ball for the Tigers. Inbound pass to Hildreth. Talon Hildreth near the top of the key. Kick it back out to Stokes. Isaiah Stokes now near the free throw line up the middle. Trying to feed it to Greg Hora, and the ball finds no one and out of bounds. Be a turnover. Braden Posh will inbound to Brady Hansen. Hansen into the front court for the Falcons. Hansen driving down into the middle. 8-foot jump shot doesn't go. Parker Sculla comes out of the mess of the ball. Can't find the handle on it. We'll get it to Noah Burmaster, and Burmaster will set the offense to Stokes on the near side. Stokes near the free throw line now to Burmaster. Burmaster three from the corner. Shake the rafters and rattle the chains. Noah Burmaster does it again. That's his third three of the night. Hillsboro out to a 18-point lead. Sculla with a steal. He'll outlet to Burmaster, and up the floor come the Tigers. Over to Stokes. Stokes in the corner, or rather Sculla in the corner, finds a lot of air underneath his shot. Hildreth comes out with it. Greg Hora now on the wing. Back out to Burmaster. Burmaster driving left side. Burmaster kicks it out to Stokes. Stokes for three, and off the back of the iron. Rebound Greg Hora. Hora nowhere to go, so he kicks it out to Sculla. 3 points from Hildreth, and Talon Hildreth will rock the net with his three. Hillsboro with a 21-point lead as Morhoff will speed up the court for the Falcons. I think Hillsboro has to run and run often. Now we're going to have a blocking foul called on Parker Sculla. That'll be Hillsboro's third team foul. Sculla's first personal. And Tyler Ravenscroft into the game for Noah Burmaster. Entering the game for Brookwood is Camden Brigham. He'll come in for Wyatt Morhoff. Evan Klinkner to inbound the ball for the Falcons. Klinkner out in the front court to Hansen. Hansen steps back behind the line, now drives in. He'll find Brigham. Brigham to Posh, who will make the jumper. Posh leading the way for the Falcons. He has all of their points. Tyler Ravenscroft on the far side. He'll get it to Sculla. Sculla up off the glass, doesn't go. Rebound Posh. Posh driving up off the left side, doesn't go. Rebound Tyler Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft speeding up the floor. Here's what Hillsboro has to do. They have to run. Brookwood does not have a lot of depth in their bench. Hillsboro just has to run this transition game and run. Evan Klinkner up the floor for the Falcons. They go far side to Posh. Posh to Hansen. Hansen, turnaround jumper from 8 feet out. Brady Hansen on the point. He's Brookwood's leading scorer on the year. He gets his first basket. as Tyler Ravenscroft brings the ball quickly up the floor. Now to Greg Hora. Hora turnaround jump shot, doesn't go. Rebound Isaiah Stokes, a dribble back up, doesn't go. Rebound Evan Klinkner. So Hillsboro needs to get the second chance points. Klinkner driving down the floor. Gets it back out to Hansen in the front court. Brady Hansen with the ball. Hansen free throw line down the middle. 6-foot jumper and in. So now all of a sudden Hansen's caught fire. As Parker Sculla takes a break on the floor, he'll pop back up. And into the game for Hillsboro's Bill Steckel and Yanai Schultz. Sculla and Hora take a seat on the bench. Tyler Ravenscroft inbound the ball to Hildreth, and Talon will come up and set the Hillsboro offense. Talon far side to Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft working the front court, now comes near side to Hildreth. Long three on the way, and Hildreth will tickle the twine. So Hillsboro with a three-point shot working tonight. Doesn't always work that way, but tonight it's working. Morehoff to Brigham. Brigham to Posh. Posh to Morehoff. Morehoff on the outside, free throw line off of Posh's hands and out of bounds. A turnover will give Hillsboro the ball. Working here, 7.5 left to play with an 18-point lead, and Hildreth will come up and set the Hillsboro offense. Hildreth to Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft working near the top of the key. He'll find Schultz underneath, and Schultz works it up and can't get it to fall. Brigham with the rebound. Outlet to Klinkner. Klinkner storming up the far sideline. All the way up. And we're going to have a foul on the ground. They're going to call a foul on Bill Steckel as Klinkner was going to go coast to coast and drive. Coming into the game for Hildreth is Miles Ravenscroft. Al Cantor back into the game for Brigham and the Falcons. Klinkner to inbound the ball for Brookwood. He'll dump it to Morehoff here on the near wing. Morehoff works the ball into the front court. Now back out to Hansen. Hansen's get picked by Isaiah Stokes, and Stokes looking for some help. He'll pull up, 6-foot jumper on the way. Stokes will knock it down. And up the floor comes Hansen and the Falcons. He'll get it to Posh, and now Morehoff. Morehoff near the top of the key with the ball. Morehoff will dump it to Klinkner. Klinkner near the free throw line, working up the left side, off the glass, rebound. Schultz, outlet to Ravenscroft. Miles Ravenscroft up the floor to Tyler Ravenscroft. Back out to Bill Steckel. A 2-point shot on the way, and Billy Steckel will drain the 18-foot, 11-inch 2-point shot, and another timeout by the Brookwood Falcons as Hillsboro leads by 22 points here with just under 6.5 to play. So we want to run some advertising, Jill. We got a full timeout. Get a look at our sponsors who've helped us out throughout the year. Last night we'll be able to run advertising due to WIA rules. Our next broadcast will be a girls regional tournament game. The boys are on the road at Royal High School on Monday night to finish out the Scenic Bluffs Conference regular season. And those seating for the boys on Sunday. We'll go over a little bit of that at halftime. The boys needing a strong finish after that overtime win against Westfield on Tuesday. Trying to secure what could very possibly be a number 1 seed in the regional tournament for the boys. Coming back onto the floor after the timeout, Yanai Schultz, Tyler Ravenscroft, Miles Ravenscroft, Isaiah Stokes, and Billy Steckel. Jose Alcantar, Marshall Dahl, Evan Klinkner, Wyatt Morehoff, and Braden Posh on the floor for the Falcons. Hillsboro trying to finish strong after only beating the Falcons by 3 at rural Norwalk Brookwood High School. Morehoff gets his own rebound, and he's going to be tied up by Yanai Schultz. Brookwood will keep the ball via the possession arrow. Checking into the game now is Noah Burmaster. And Noah is going to come in for Tyler Ravenscroft. Moorhoff to inbound the ball. He'll get it to Posh, and now up front to a Conter. And now Moorhoff with a travel, as he wanted to step behind that three-point line, and he traveled. He didn't even look at the official. He looked at the coach and signaled travel. He knew in the back of his mind what he was called for. Noah Burmaster will inbound it to Miles Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft will bring the ball up the floor. Ravenscroft near side to Burmaster. Burmaster near the top of the key. He's working the ball down up the right side. A rare drive by Noah Burmaster. And he's got the Tigers well in control tonight. Moorhoff driving down, twisting, turning inside the lane. He'll kick it out. Marshall Dahl with a 15-foot jumper. Dahl on the board for the Falcons. Up quickly is Burmaster to Steckel. Steckel back to Burmaster for three. Burmaster just a bit short on that one. Moorhoff will track down the rebound. And up the floor comes Wyatt Moorhoff and the Falcons. Moorhoff near side to Klinkner. Klinkner free throw line, driving in the lane, dragging a foot. Partially blocked by Steckel, but Alcantar will pick up the rebound and drop in his first deuce of the night to pull the Hillsboro lead down to 20 points. Ben Copeman in the game now as he's working near side. He'll dump it into Yanai Schultz. Schultz with nowhere to go. He'll turn around, 10-foot jump shot, bit short. Rebound Wyatt Moorhoff. Moorhoff up the floor. And now get it to Posh. Posh stops at free throw line, kicks it out to Klinkner for three off the back of the iron. Fight for the rebound. And it's going to go off Miles Ravenscroft out of bounds. Checking into the game. Talon Hildreth in for Ravenscroft, and Russell Jackson in for Yanai Schultz. Wyatt Moorhoff to inbound the ball for the Brookwood Falcons. And it's tipped at the line. Brady Hansen gets the ball. Russell Jackson rejects the Hansen shot. And now they're going to call a foul. They're going to send Brady Hansen to the line to shoot two free throws. They're going to say Jackson fouled him on the second shot. Russell's first, personal, team's fifth. Brookwood has yet to be assigned a foul in the first half. Brady Hansen, and he'll make that. Hansen relatively being held in check tonight in the first half. He's the average leading scorer for the Falcons. He'll make both free throws to cut the Hillsboro lead to 18. Hildreth will drive in. He'll kick the ball out to Burmaster. Burmaster driving in now. He'll find Hildreth. Hildreth, 12-foot jump shot doesn't go. Rebound Marshall Dahl. Outlet quickly to Posh. We're off to the races. Posh off the left side. And I think Talon Hildreth is going to pick up his second foul of the night. That'll be Hillsboro's a sixth team foul. And the next foul will put Brookwood into the bonus. He sends Braden Posh to the line to shoot free throws, and he's been carrying the team so far tonight for Brookwood. And Isaiah Stokes and Tyler Ravenscroft will check in for Talon Hildreth and Bill Steckel. Posh puts the ball in. Jackson will rebound and step out of bounds, so he'll give Brookwood back the ball off the missed free throw. Brookwood cuts their deficit. Hillsboro's doubled up 34-17 on the Falcons. Briggerman inbound the ball. He'll get it into Posh. Right back to Briggerman in the corner. Briggerman works it back out front to Posh. Posh near side to Moorhoff. Moorhoff with the ball on the near side. Stokes is going to steal the ball from him. And now they're going to call Moorhoff as he's laying on top of Stokes. And nothing flagrant as the referees charged in. I think they're more trying to prevent an injury there as Moorhoff lost balance and fell on top of Stokes. Be Brookwood's first foul of the game. Moorhoff, of course, his first personal, Brookwood's first team. And Noah Burmaster with the ball for Hillsboro. They'll kick the ball out to Stokes. Stokes underneath, he'll kick it out to Burmaster. Burmaster gave it a thought. If he would have threw it up, he'd had 3 free throws at the least as he was getting tackled. Posh now going to drive in, misses it. And here's the transition game. Hillsboro has to run and win this game. Ben Copeman run down the floor. Burmaster 21'3", a little bit short. Jackson, not good position. The ball goes out of bounds. They will award it to Hillsboro. 3 black jerseys and 2 white jerseys, and they decide it went off a black jersey. Burmaster to inbound the ball for Hillsboro on the near baseline. And Noah dump it into Ben Copeman. Copeman driving in. He gets stuck in traffic. Cross court, Tyler Ravenscroft, now Burmaster. Burmaster comes back to Copeman. Copeman, free throw line, driving in the lane, up the left side, can't get it go. Jackson will get the rebound, and they're going to say Jackson commits the foul. So Jackson with a body foul on the rebound. It's Jackson's second personal, team 7th, and we're going to shoot bonus free throws. As it looks like Wyatt Morhoff making his way to the free throw line for the Brookwood Falcons. Checking into the game, Greg Hora for Hillsboro, Evan Klinkner for the Falcons. Bonus free throws here. Morhoff to the line for the Falcons. Trying to cut the deficit to 16. And he'll take one off the back of the iron. Rebound, Ben Copeman. And up the floor comes Copeman and the Tigers. He'll go far side to Tyler Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft, free throw line, doesn't go. Rebound, Braden Posh. Posh outlet to Hanson, and Brookwood on the run. Brookwood, Hanson trying to do it all, and he does. Up the right side and scores. We're going to have a timeout, a 30-second timeout called by the Hillsboro Tigers. I'm not so sure that that Brookwood could afford to run on this Tiger team. The Tigers just too deep on the bench. Nonetheless, they've cut that 20 or 22 point margin down to 15. And we'll break after the 30-second timeout. On the floor for the Falcons, Hanson, Posh, Dahl, Morhoff, and Klinkner. The Tigers have Stokes, Hora, Burmaster, Copeman, and Tyler Ravenscroft. Ben Copeman inbound the ball on the far baseline to Ravenscroft, and Tyler will bring the ball up and set the Hillsboro offense. Near side to Burmaster. Burmaster near his free throw line. His pass will get picked off by Hanson. It's Hanson to the races, one-on-one up the right side, and we're going to have a foul on Noah Burmaster. And it's going to send Brady Hanson to the line to shoot 2 free throws. 7th team foul, 8th team foul on Hillsboro, first personal on Noah Burmaster. So Hanson will make the first free throw, checking into the game for the Tigers. Miles Ravenscroft, Talon Hildreth, and Parker Scala. Tyler Ravenscroft, Noel Burmaster, and Ben Copeman to the bench for the Tigers. And Hanson, pretty good free throw shooter. I think he's 100%, 4 for 4 on the night. And up the floor comes Talon Hildreth and the Tigers. He'll get it to Stokes, and now Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft driving, gets it Scala, and now Hildreth on the far wing. Hildreth now top of the key, bring near side to Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft working the ball. Hora trying to slip underneath. Klinkner not having anything to do with it. Scala back outside to Hora. Hora to Scala. Scala with the ball. He'll pop up. 3-point shot on the way. A bit short. Gets his own rebound. Fouls his shot. 12-foot shot on the way. And Parker Scala cleaning up his own garbage, getting on the board. Brady Hanson up the floor quickly for the Falcons. Hanson working against Scala. He'll pop up, 12-foot shot, rattles it around and in. Took Brady Hanson a while to come to life, but he's rolling now for the Falcons. He's got more than half their points. Scala near side to Miles Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft pumps it out to Stokes. Stokes on the far wing, and now Hildreth. Hildreth resets Hillsboro's offense just inside the free throw line. Lets it fly up and in. Talon dropping his first deuce of the night. And Brady Hansen near the free throw line. He'll kick it out to Klinkner. Klinkner working at Greg Hora down near the baseline. Kicks out Morhoff. Morhoff twisting, turning inside the lane. Jump shot doesn't go. Gets his own rebound. That's where Hillsboro is lacking. Morhoff with his first 2 points on the night. He was a Hillsboro Tiger killer at Brookwood. Hildreth now far side to Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft to Stokes. Stokes back to Parker Scala. Scala working the far wing. He'll drive in the left side, pop up off the glass and in. Parker Scala with a dribble drive and off the glass. And Brady Hansen working now. Braden Posh near side, back out to Morhoff in the front court for the Falcons. Morhoff with the ball. He gets it knocked away by Stokes. Scramble for the ball, and we're going to have a foul on Braden Posh of the Falcons. Only the second team foul on the Falcons. Braden Posh is first personal. And Josu Alcantar into the game for Marshall Dahl. Miles Ravenscroft inbound the ball for the Tigers. You'll get it into Talon Hildreth, who will set the Hillsboro offense. Come near side to Isaiah Stokes in the front court. Now Parker Scala. Scala with the ball. Final 30 seconds of the first half. Stokes working it in up the lane, and they're going to give him 2 shots. So Stokes to the line. First Tiger to make it to the free throw line tonight. Hillsboro 56% shooting as a team from the free throw line. Isaiah Stokes is a 55% free throw shooter on the year. Alcantar charged with personal foul, his first, team's third. Stokes' first free throw on the way, and he missed it. If you remember against Westfield, regulation, he missed them until he had to make 2 to send it to overtime, and then he couldn't miss. He's 1 for 2 tonight, right around his 50%. Now, Giannis Antetokounmpo for the Bucks, he's a league MVP, and he's only 50% free throw shooter, so I guess free throws don't matter. Morhoff in the front court. They get it to Brady Hansen. Hansen driving down into the lane, up the right side, doesn't get it to go. Rebound Greg Hora. Hora outlet to Braden Posh. Posh going to launch it at the buzzer and not go. We're going to go to halftime. Hillsboro leading by 16 by a score of 41-25. Leading the way in scoring for Hillsboro, Noah Burmaster with 11. Talon Hildreth dumping in 8. Isaiah Stokes 7. Ben Copeman with 5. Russell Jackson 4. Parker Scala 4. And Billy Steckel with a deuce. Total of 41 points. For the Brookwood Falcons, they're being led by Brady Hansen's 12. Braden Posh 7. Wyatt Morhoff 2. Josu Alcantar 2. And Marshall Dahl with 2.
In addition to senior night, we would like to recognize the Hillsboro Tiger youth basketball teams. First, we have the second grade team, coached by Nicole Connolly and Brody McCauley. Third grade, coached by Mike and Mark Jersley. Fourth grade, coached by Kurt Hildreth. Fifth grade, coached by Daryl Burmaster and Becca Eastman and Jay Anderson. Sixth grade, coached by Chris Koopman. We look forward to watching these young men play on this court when they are varsity basketball players. Please stick around after the game for pictures and autographs of your favorite varsity players out in the cafeteria. Let's give a big round of applause to the youth basketball.
So that was the Hillsboro Youth Basketball presentation. A lot of kids looking forward to future high school basketball once they get out of elementary years. Other Tiger sports this week. The Hillsboro ladies basketball team wrapped up their regular season Tuesday evening in New Lisbon by defeating the New Lisbon Rockets by the score of 71-57. The girls finished with 20 wins and 4 losses overall and 11-3 in Scenic Bluffs conference play. They also earned the number 2 seed in the regional WIA tournament as Blair Taylor received the number 1 and 19-1 Alma Center Lincoln the number 3. The irony about that is Alma Center Lincoln handed previously ranked number 1 Blair Taylor and undefeated Blair Taylor their first loss of the season Tuesday night. And some may say, why is this of interest or of any importance? This is why the WIAA tournament series is so exciting. By Hillsboro receiving the number 2 seed, it gives Hillsboro home floor advantage through the regional final, as long as Hillsboro can keep on winning. This could potentially set up a Alma Center Lincoln Hillsboro matchup for the regional final. Some regional media and television stations are already looking forward to Alma Center Lincoln and Blair Taylor sectional well before it even happens. Nonetheless, the Tigers will have to maintain focus and win one game at a time to keep their dreams alive. The Lady Tigers will start their tournament action Tuesday, the 21st of February, that's next Tuesday, versus the number 15 seeded Greenwood Indians. Greenwood representing the Clover Belt East Conference and is much better than a 15 seed in my opinion, and most recently upset the Pittsville Panthers last Tuesday night. Game time here in Hillsboro is 7 p.m. We will be on the air at 6:45 bringing you live WIAA tournament action. In other news, if I can find my notes, I'd like to congratulate the Tiger wrestlers who will be in action on Tuesday, or rather Saturday, in Richland Center. 4 Tigers qualifying for sectional play. I can't find my notes, but I know who they are. We've got Isaac Tyne. Who is Jill's looking for more notes? I have Isaac Tyne representing Hillsboro. Philip Volts representing Hillsboro. I don't want to miss anybody. Help me out, Jill. I'm going by the seat of my pants here now. 4 wrestlers, and we haven't given the wrestlers much love. We got to give them some love tonight. This is from 2 games ago. Here we got it. Logan Gajewski, who finished 4th place in the regional. He moves on to sectional. Isaac Tyne, 4th place in the regional. He moves on to sectional. Ryan McCoy, the freshman grappler, he finished 4th, moving on to sectionals. And Philip Volts, who finished 3rd place at the regional, he will go to the sectional. Down in Richland Center Saturday, if you want to catch some wrestling action for the Hillsboro Tigers, they'll be in action with their 4 wrestlers looking for their place in the WIAA State Wrestling Individual Tournament. So we wish those 4 individuals best of luck as they try to continue their wrestling season. Boys basketball. I'm just flying through my notes, and I'm losing them all here now. They'll have seeding meetings, or they don't have meetings anymore for basketball. They go with computer-generated seeding, and some like it, some don't. What the computer does, it figures in strength of schedule. Right now, Royal having about the same overall record as the Hillsboro Tigers. However, Hillsboro owns the head-to-head against Royal. I would look for Hillsboro to seed higher than the Royal Panthers. I don't see a lot coming out of the north in the regional. I think the Hillsboro has a pretty good chance of securing that number 1 seed. We'll find out 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon. Where the Hillsboro Tigers place in the WIAA regional seedings and where they will be playing, I assume they'll be playing home regardless in about 10 days. But we'll find out Sunday. Hillsboro boys will wrap up their season once again Monday night versus the Royal Panthers. That'll wrap up their season. Hillsboro with a very successful season so far. They're looking for win number 18 tonight, which will mark a best season they've had in several years. So both teams on the road. It's or at home. It's senior night. I could have Jill help me here a little bit and hold me up some pictures as I go through this really quick. We give our seniors some love. Our first one is Noah Burmaster. Noah, son of Kathy and Paxton Burmaster, is a guard for the Tigers and has spent 3 years on varsity. When asked what else he participates in, Noah says that he purely dedicated his last decade to basketball. Noah's favorite player in the NBA is DeMarcus Cousins. Noah plans to attend a trade school. His favorite basketball accomplishment is scoring 32 points and winning as a team in last year's regional semifinal versus Alma Pepin. We got Yanai Schultz. He's the son of Robert and Summer Schultz, who's a center for the Tigers. Has spent 2 years on the varsity. He also likes football, track, baseball, hunting, and fishing. Nye's favorite NBA player is Steven Adams. Because he plays like a beast upon graduation, Nye plans on attending Madison College for their electricians program. His greatest accomplishment is always being there for his team. Greg Hora. Greg, son of Matt and Aaron Hora, is a center for the Tigers and has spent 3 years on the varsity. Greg also likes to spend time playing football and baseball, participating in FFA and hunting and fishing. Favorite NBA player is Bobby Portis, and upon graduation, Greg plans on attending Chippewa Valley Technical College. Russell Jackson, son of Robert and Becky Jackson, is a center for the Tigers and spent 2 years on the varsity. Russell also participates in track, cross country, and football. Russell's favorite NBA player is Dennis Rodman, and Russell plans on attending the University of Iowa, where he will major in computer science. And Billy Steckel. Billy Steckel is the son of Bob and Jill Steckel. He's a small forward for the Tigers, spent the last 3 years on varsity. Billy also participates in baseball, football, and FFA. Billy's favorite NBA player is Alex Caruso because of his swag. Upon graduation, Billy plans on attending a university to pursue a career in agribusiness. Billy's favorite basketball memory is running routes with Coach Borta in practice. So there you have our seniors as we get ready to start second half action here on senior night. Noah Burmaster will take the ball to start us out. You'll get it to Isaiah Stokes. Stokes with the ball on the near wing. He'll go to Jackson. Jackson to Noah Burmaster. Burmaster back to Hildreth. Hildreth top of the key with the ball. Noah Burmaster now swings the ball around down to the bottom to Stokes. Stokes back out front to Burmaster, top of the key for 3, and Noah Burmaster will start just like he did the first half. He got 14 now on the night. Up the floor comes Brady Hansen and the Falcons. Hansen to Posh to Klinkner. Klinkner driving in on the left side. He'll turn around up against the glass. Russell Jackson rebound. Outlet to Hildreth. Up the floor to Copeman. Copeman to Stokes. Back to Copeman. In the middle of the lane to Jackson. And up for Jackson and in. Russell Jackson now 6 on the night for the Tigers. Moorhoff with the ball. He'll work the ball down near the free throw line. In the lane, it's knocked out by Stokes. Hansen will track down loose ball. He'll bring it back out to Moorhoff. Moorhoff with the ball. Working in, kicks out to Klinkner. Klinkner comes near the free throw line. Inside the lane, up the left side. Partially blocked by Jackson. Rebound Marshall Dahl. Jackson with the rebound. Outlet to Burmaster. Up the floor to Hildreth. Hildreth near the top of the key. Step back, 3-point shot on the way from Hildreth. Hildreth will rattle it home. He's got 11 on the night for the Tigers. Moorhoff up the floor. Hillsboro quickly just taking it too, as Hildreth will pull down the rebound off the Moorhoff shot. And up the floor comes the Tigers. The Tigers on an 8-0 run here to start the half. Hildreth now drives in. He'll get it to Stokes. Stokes to Coatman. Coatman, free throw line, inside the lane, and he's going to get charged for a traveling violation. And to Posh to Hanson up the floor, looking to get the Falcons on the board for the first time here in the second half. Hanson with the ball. Hanson driving down into the lane, pops up, nowhere to go, turns around, 8-foot jumper on the way, and Hanson will get them on the board for the second half. 14 points on the night for Hanson. Noah Burmaster with the ball for the Tigers. Burmaster drives down the left side now, up and can't get it to go, but Noah will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws for the Tigers. So Braden Posh charged with the Brookwood foul, his second personal, team's first. Burmaster the line to shoot 2. He'll rattle and roll the first one home. Noah is a 53% free throw shooter on the year. Noah currently with 15 points, will line up for free throw number 2. And he'll sink them both. Noah now 16 points on the night. Wyatt Moorhoff with the ball and up the floor to set the Brookwood offense. And Brookwood to Hanson. Hanson with the ball. He'll pop up. 3-point shot on the way around the rim. Rebound Jackson. Jackson outlet Hildreth. Hildreth up the far side of the floor and pumps it down to Coatman in the far corner. Right back to Jackson, and Klinkner will rip it out of Jackson's hands and out of bounds. Hillsboro will retain possession of the ball. Noah Burmaster to inbound near baseline for the Tigers. And Burmaster into Stokes, and Stokes is going to dribble it out of bounds. So it'll be a turnover back to Brookwood. Braden Posh to inbound the ball. He'll get it to Brady Hanson. Hanson will set the Falcon offense. Hanson drives down, gets it to Klinkner. Klinkner right up the middle of the line, right side and in. Having Klinkner with his first deuce of the night. And Hildreth quickly up the floor for the Tigers. Now to Coatman near side. Coatman, free throw line, kicks it back out to Stokes. Stokes going to drive the left side, up and in for Stokes. And he will go to the line for the +1. Isaiah Stokes currently with 9 points and a chance to shoot free throws. Isaiah struggled there as of late. He's 55% on the year. A little bit less than that now. He missed 2 in the first half. He will line up for, try to make the +1 here. 3 points the old-fashioned way, and he off the back of the iron. The ball goes out of bounds, off the carom off the rim. Alcantar into the game for Posh, I believe. Actually, that's Brighamman going out. Alcantar will inbound the ball to Hanson, and Hanson will set the Brookwood offense. Hanson will go left side. Klinkner is going to drive the lane up the right side and in. So Klinkner will, 4 points now all in the second half for Klinkner, as Greg Horrell will check in for Russell Jackson. Klinkner to the line to shoot 1 free throw. Third personal foul on Russell Jackson. First team foul second half for Hillsboro. Klinkner's free throw off the front of the rim. Alcantar rebound, outlet to Hanson. Hanson is going to get fouled. They're going to give him 2 shots. So Hanson to the line, and he's 100% from the free throw line tonight. 4 for 4 in the first half, I believe. Personal foul on Isaiah Stokes. That's his second personal, team second. And Hanson now 15 points on the night will line up for number 2. Hillsboro always has one player go off on them. McCashin had one player. Westfield had Cash Kangas go off for 34 points, and now Hanson's at 16. Hildreth to Coatman, and Burmaster now on the far wing. Isaiah Stokes up the lane and in. Stokes now with 11 points on the night. Moorhoff to Klinkner. Klinkner working the far side. Working his way down now, Moorhoff. Moorhoff, free throw line. He'll pull it up and get it to Hansen in the front court. Hansen working the front court down the side. We're going to have a foul on the ground. And they're going to call this foul. That's Hillsboro's third team foul. Personal foul will be charged to Ben Coltman, his first personal. Ben and Noah will take a seat on the bench. Parker Scala and Tyler Ravenscroft into the game for the Tigers. Brady Hansen working the far side of the court. He'll get it to Moorhoff. Moorhoff back to Hansen. Hansen with the ball back to Moorhoff. Moorhoff, 21-foot three-pointer, doesn't go. Hora fighting for the rebound. He gets it and throws the ball off of Moorhoff's head and out of bounds. Hillsboro will retain possession of the ball. Tyler Ravenscroft inbound for the Tigers on the near sideline. He'll get it into Hildreth. Hildreth up the street with the ball into Stokes. Stokes back to Hildreth. Hildreth to Stokes. Stokes near the free throw line. He'll find Tyler Ravenscroft underneath, and Tyler Ravenscroft will drop his first deuce of the night. And up the floor comes Brady Hansen. Hansen jump stop and back, and they're going to call him a foul. Greg Hora blocks the shot nicely, but he traveled before he got it off. Checking into the game is Camden Brigham. He'll come in for Josu Alcantar. And Tyler Ravenscroft to Hildreth up the floor. Talon top of the key. He'll kick it outside to Ravenscroft, and now Stokes. Stokes driving down the right side into the lane. And they're going to give Stokes the basket. He's now got 13 points and will go to the line for the +1. And Stokes finally makes a free throw. He's up to 14 points now on the night. Checking into the game is Jackson Kunitz. Into the game, he'll come in for Braden Posh. Moorhoff will dump the ball into Kunitz, right back to Moorhoff. And up the floor comes Moorhoff to set the Falcon offense. Moorhoff finds Dahl underneath. Dahl with a shot, doesn't go. Talon Hildreth rebound. Outlet to Tyler Ravenscroft. Tyler up the near side, clear cross court to Scala. Scala driving down, he'll dish it Greg Hora. Greg Hora nowhere to go, get it back out Scala, now Stokes. Stokes working inside, up the right side, hook shot and in. Stokes now 16 points on the night. Brady Hansen quickly up the floor, and now to Brighamman. Brighamman is going to get called for traveling. You turn over to Hillsboro, checking into the game, Miles Ravenscroft for the Tigers, Evan Klinkner for the Falcons. Talon Hildreth taking a seat along with Camden Brighamman taking a seat. Tyler Ravenscroft will inbound little brother Miles Ravenscroft, and up the floor the brothers come to set the Tiger team in motion. Miles Ravenscroft near the free throw line, out to Tyler Ravenscroft, and now Stokes. Stokes with the ball near the free throw line, inside the lane, outside the Tyler to Parker Scala, and now Stokes. Stokes working the far wing with the ball. Back to Parker Scala. Scala steps back, three-point shot on the way. Parker Scala will drain the three-pointer. He's got 7 points on the night. Hillsboro a 32-point lead. And doesn't appear to be looking back. Jackson Kunitz with a drive, kicking out Marshall Dahl, and now Brady Hansen's going to get picked by Stokes. Hora picks up loose ball, and Stokes up the left side. Stokes will take it. Hora with a rebound, back up. And they're going to say Hora was fouled on the ground. So no basket. The foul is going to be called on Wyatt Moorhoff. His second personal, team's fourth. And now Miles Ravenscroft inbound the ball for the Tigers. He'll get it in. Tyler Ravenscroft, long two on the way, doesn't go. Rebound, Isaiah Stokes in traffic, puts it up, can't get it, gets his own rebound, puts it up and scores. So on the third chance is a charm. And Stokes now 18 points on the night. Hansen working the ball, top of the key. He kicked the ball near side to Kunitz, and now Klinkner. Klinkner working the ball middle, 6-foot jump shot and in. Evan Klinkner now 6 points on the night for the Falcons. Up the court quickly comes Tyler Ravenscroft all the way up the left side. Going to feed Greg Hora. Hora turned around back outside to Ravenscroft for 3 off the back of the iron. Fighting for the rebound and out of bounds. They're going to award the ball to Hillsboro. Into the game for Hillsboro, Yanai Schultz and Bill Steckel. Hora and Tyler Ravenscroft will take a bench. Braden Posh re-enters the game for the Falcons. Miles Ravenscroft inbound near baseline for Hillsboro. And Miles will dump it into Bill Steckel. Steckel driving in. He'll dump it to Yanai Schultz from the free throw line. Doesn't go. Rebound, Isaiah Stokes. He can't get it to go. And we're going to have a foul. They're going to call it on Stokes, I believe. And so Hillsboro will pick up their 4th team foul. Isaiah Stokes picks up his 3rd personal. As Posh will inbound to Hansen. Hansen quickly up the floor for the Falcons. Hansen to Klinkner. Klinkner working inside. Fadeaway jumper doesn't go. Schultz will Scala and now Steckel. Steckel on the near wing with the ball. Working down left side. And they're going to call an offensive foul, I think, on Parker Scala. So Scala with a moving screen, and he's going to exit the game. His 2nd personal. 5th team foul. Stokes, Scala, and Little Ravenscroft off the floor. Coltman, Hildreth, and Noah Burmester back on. And up the floor comes Braden Posh. Tries to go right up the middle. He's going to feed it to Kunitz. Kunitz will turn around and drop in a deuce for Brookwood. Bring him within 30 as Talon Hildreth quickly up the floor for the Tigers. Hildreth near the free throw line, now Noah Burmester. Burmester will come off the pick, drive down the right side, and now Koopman. Koopman working the far side. Now he's going down middle of the lane. Tried to get it to Hildreth. Hildreth zigged when Koopman thought he was going to zag. And we have a turnover. Wyatt Moorhoff to inbound the ball. Hillsboro leading by 30. As Brady Hansen brings the Falcons up the floor. Alcantara with the ball. Back out to Hansen. Hansen to Klinkner. Klinkner driving the lane and traveling. So they're going to say he fouled. And they're going to call the Hillsboro foul on 22, Nye Schultz, his 1st personal, Hillsboro 6. And they say Klinkner was shooting, so he will get 2 free throws. The next foul will put Brookwood in the bonus. Klinkner will miss his 1st free throw. He'll line up for free throw number 2. And Klinkner will salvage one of the 2. He's got 7 points on the night. Noah Burmester with the ball, working the ball up the far sideline. And he'll come free throw line. You'll feed Yanai Schultz underneath, and Schultz will drop it in for his 1st deuce of the night. And up the floor comes Brady Hansen and the Falcons. Hansen, far side to Klinkner for 3. Klinkner off the back of the iron, rebound, Talon Hildreth. Hildreth now bringing the ball up the sideline, pushes it to Noah Burmester. Burmester driving the far baseline. He'll dump it into Schultz. Can't find the handle on it. Fight for the ball. Brookwood's going to come out with it. Klinkner steals it, outlet to Hansen, and Brookwood quickly up the floor. Hansen to Klinkner. Klinkner on the far wing with the ball. Klinkner's going to dump it inside to Alcantara. He loses a handle and gets it out to Kunitz. Kunitz with the ball, driving inside the lane, back outside to Klinkner. Klinkner, Bill Steckel steps in front of Evan Klinkner and takes the big man on into the floor. Klinkner being assessed the offensive charging foul as Steckel stood in and stood his ground. Klinkner's 1st personal, Brookwood's 5th team foul. Kunitz and Alcantara off. Moorhoff and Camden Brighamman back in. As Burmester will inbound to Hildreth, and Hildreth will come set the Hillsboro Tigers in motion. Noah Burmester from the free throw line tries to feed it to Eli Schultz off Schultz's hands and out of bounds. Hillsboro sporting a 31-point lead, and we have a timeout called. I didn't catch who called it. We're going to find out right now. A 30-second timeout called by the Brookwood Falcons. They have 2 timeouts left. Hillsboro the 4. Hillsboro 69, Brookwood 38, sporting a 31-point lead. Not a whole lot going wrong for the Tigers tonight. Nine players in the scoring column so far. And on the floor after the timeout, Isaiah Stokes, Russell Jackson, Talon Hildreth, Ben Copeman, and Noah Burmester.
Oh, because we're such a close game that we have to put the starters back in. I hope that got over there.
Jill's a little disgruntled.
Very.
Okay, Wyatt Moorhoff with the ball. He'll get it to Klinkner. He loses the handle, but back out to Brady Hansen. Hansen with the ball. Hansen to Posh, who's been silent since early in the game. And now Copeman. Copeman working the ball up now. Stokes. Stokes to Hildreth. Hildreth to Copeman. Copeman to Burmester. Burmester working the ball near the top of the key. Burmester to Hildreth, and now Copeman. Copeman finds Stokes up the lane and in for Stokes. Has 20 points now on the night. Up the floor comes Hansen. Hansen at the free throw line turns around off of Brigham, and we Talon Hildreth with a loose change, working the ball up the floor. He'll stop, pop it up, doesn't go. Rebound Brady Hansen. Hansen's going to force it up to Brigham, and they're going to call a foul on Talon Hildreth. It looks like Kunitz and Marshall Dahl will be entering the game. We have bonus free throw situation as Dahl and Kunitz will be coming in for Camden Brigham. Posh will take a seat on the bench as of now. Hillsboro 71, Brookwood 38. 7:09 left to play, and Brigham to shoot. He'll miss his front end of the bonus, so Stokes with the rebound, and up the floor comes Hillsboro. Burmester takes a shot. Another three-pointer for Noah Burmester. He's at 19 for the night. Hansen to Klinkner, charging down the floor, just totally out of control. And now Stokes, he'll get it and force it up to Copeman, left side and in for Ben Copeman. He's at 7 on the night. Off the Stokes assist. Brady Hansen up the floor. And this game is way out of control. We're getting close to having a running clock here shortly. Camden Brigham, and he's going to miss. Russell Jackson's rebound. And now Talon Hildreth up the floor. This basket could put the running clock in order, and now we will have a running clock off the Copeman three. He's now got 10 points on the night. And we have a continuous clock as Hillsboro leads by 41. Having Klinkner, he'll drop one into his 9th point of the night, all here in the second half. Talon Hildreth will bring the ball up the floor, and now to Stokes. Stokes comes up the right side and in. Stokes now with 22 on the night for Isaiah Stokes. Hansen on the board. They were going to put in a couple players, and now Coach Hildreth's going to put his JV unit into the game.
God.
Floor for the Tigers, Eli Wood, Jerry Von Falkenstein, Zach Morin, Will Richardson, and Miles Ravenscroft. So a continuous clock we go. 81-44 is our score. And Brookwood also throws in their JV unit. We've got Jackson Kunitz with the ball. He's going to dump it into Braden Posh, I think it is. Jackson Kunitz. Now Alcanter with the long deuce. Doesn't go. Rebound, Will Richardson. Richardson storming up the floor all the way coast to coast and roll it in. Will Richardson on the board with a deuce. And up the floor is Zimbauer. Zimbauer to Kunitz, and now Gavin Havlick with a shot. Doesn't go. Rebound, Jerry Von Falkenstein. Jerry Von Falkenstein will bring the ball up the floor. Eli Wood, he stops, looks, gives it Miles Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft, 17-foot shot on the way off the iron. Rebound, Zach Morin. He'll feed Will Richardson, and Richardson off the Morin assist. 4 points on the night now for Richardson. Up the floor come the Falcons. Braden Posh to Alcanter. Alcanter's fouled and will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Hillsboro foul on Jerry Von Falkenstein, his first personal, team's 8th. And Josu Alcanter to the line to shoot a pair of free throws for the Falcons. And Alcanter will miss both. Rebound Zach Morin. Up the floor comes Miles Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft to Eli Wood. Eli Wood working the ball. He'll just inside the arc. Drop a deuce. Eli Wood, that might be his first points of the year. He's got 2 points. And up the floor comes Zimbauer. And he'll kick it out to Posh. Posh with the ball. Inside and up and out. Rebound, Jerry Von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein up the floor for the Tigers. They come near side, Miles Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft to Eli Wood. Eli Wood with the ball. Now to Jerry Von Falkenstein. Jerry working the ball, and now Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft driving in. Twisting, turning, back out Jerry Von Falkenstein. Going to feed Zach Morin underneath. Zach Morin in for 2. And to finish out senior night, Hillsboro will substitute all 5 seniors back into the game. So Yanai Schultz, Bill Steckel, Greg Hora, Noah Burmaster, and Russell Jackson. Almost called him Randall, little brother there. They were probably be expected to finish out the game here with 2:37 left. As Wyatt Moorhoff brings the Falcons up. Evan Klinkner ready to run the clock out, I guess. Get on the bus and go home. Brady Hansen, long 3-point shot off the back of the iron. Rebound back to Hansen. And I think they're going to hook Bill Steckel with a foul here as he tackles Hansen trying to go for the ball. Steckel's still in linebacker mode. Hits the second personal, 9th team foul. Brady Hansen to the line to shoot bonus free throws with the clock running. Trying to keep Hillsboro under 100, burn some clock. They miss the front end. Greg Horner with a rebound, outlet Noah Burmaster. Noah Burmaster brings the ball up the floor. He stopped, drop a 3, doesn't go. Rebound Russell Jackson. Jackson can't quite find the handle. Now the hook shot. Russell Jackson will drop in the hook shot. He's got 8 on the night. And with about a minute and a half to play, Moorhoff will get it to Klinkner. At this point, Hillsboro, the only reason they'd foul is to get the ball back. And now to Hansen. Hansen with the ball in the front court, working Hora. Hansen going to drive down in. Stop, drop, kick it back out. Moorhoff to Posh. Posh. And so as we enter the final minute of play, we got Braden Posh goes to the line for a double bonus. And Posh will make the first one. He's got 8 now on the night. And he'll miss that one. Rebound Greg Hora. Outlet Noah Burmester. Burmester up the street to Steckel. Steckel working around the front of the court back to Burmester. Burmester to Steckel. Steckel with the ball, and Steckel content to run the clock out, I guess. Russell Jackson says, "What are you doing?" And apparently 48 points is enough. Noah Burmester now. Hillsboro content to run the clock out. They'll give it to Nye Schultz. Schultz is going to autograph the ball and give it back, and he gives it back to Burmester. Burmester, Russell Jackson wants his picture taken with it. And now to Hora as every senior gets to touch the ball. Time expires. Hillsboro will win this one 93-45 in convincing fashion. Hillsboro needed a big win. They only beat Brookwood at Brookwood by 3 points. A 57-54 struggle to win. So Hillsboro putting up 93 points tonight, winning 93-45. Unofficial scoring for the Tigers. They're led by Isaiah Stokes, 22 points. Followed by Noah Burmester with 19, Ben Copeman 12, Talon Hildreth 11, Russell Jackson 8, Parker Sculla 7. Will Richardson 4, Tyler Ravenscroft 2, Eli Wood 2, Nye Schultz 2, Billy Steckel 2, and Zach Moore with 2 for a total of 93 points. Unofficially for the Brookwood Falcons, they were led by Brady Hansen 16. Evan Klinkner had 9 second half points. Braden Posh with 8. Wyatt Moorhoff 4. Hosu Alcantar 2. Marshall Dahl 2. And Jackson Kunitz 2 for a total of 45. It appears they're setting up tables for autograph session tonight. So if you're in town and want to stop and get some autographs, you can stop up here and get some autographs. Until then, our next broadcast will be WIAA regional game. The Hillsboro girls basketball team will welcome the Greenwood Indians to town on Tuesday night. Start time 7 o'clock. We will be on the air about 6:40, 6:45. Get a little pregame, what we know about the Greenwood Indians. I got all weekend to research it, I guess. And the Hillsboro boys will wrap up their regular season conference action at Royal Monday night. Hillsboro with about a 15-point win over Royal at Hillsboro about a month ago. So big game Monday night. Want that momentum going into tournament. Hillsboro will find out where they're seated in the tournament on Sunday afternoon. So Monday's game really doesn't play into it, except you want momentum going into the tournament. This is by far the best game Hillsboro's played in a month. And with that, just because Hillsboro put 93 points on the board, the kids don't have to come to school tomorrow. No school for kids tomorrow. And thank the Hillsboro boys basketball team for it. Final from Hillsboro 93, the Brookwood Falcons 45. See you next Tuesday. For Jill Steckel and myself, have a great weekend.